We're gonna play with 4 very different and very unique lights, and they're all around $500. Let's go. What up, AFAM? Kitty here at the atolavisuals, and I know that lighting can get very expensive, but if you could budget $500, you're gonna have various options on amazing lighting. Thankfully, lights don't upgrade like cameras do every 6 months, so once you have your lighting kit set, you're good for a few years, if not more. In film school, I took lighting classes where we used like Hollywood tungsten lighting and HMIs. To use those types of lights, you require a crew and a truck to transport them. You need a big space because they get really hot and they require a lot of power. For most gigs, we need something a little more portable than those. I know for myself, lighting was the last thing I invested in because I just didn't know what to look for. So luckily for you, I've done the research and I've tried various lights. For this video, all these lights have their own unique qualities. They're great for shooting in small spaces because of their size. They don't give off heat. You could easily power them with battery or AC power. They're dimmable and they're easily stored away. We'll be talking about the Westcott Ice Light 2, the Falcon Eyes RX29 TDX, the Quasar Science RGB, and the Aperture Tri-8C. First, we're gonna start off with the easiest light. This is the Westcott Ice Light 2. Woo! I bought the original years ago. They don't even make this one anymore. And now they have the version 2. Oh, it's bigger. So you can't even get this one, so I won't even talk about that. But the Ice Light 2 is different because it's 50% more power and also has a changeable, replaceable battery. This light is great for interviews and lighting people because it has that beautiful built-in diffusion and it's really easy to hold because of this handle here. You could also clamp it to a light stand. At the bottom, there's a 1/4-20 screw. I've used this light as a key light or as a backlight. What's great about it is that you could also have it in the frame. So we use this to light a band outside at nighttime, and it wasn't ugly or distracting, it just looked like it was part of the set. It's super light at 1.3 pounds. It also comes in this neat little carrying case here. I always get comments about it looking like a lightsaber, so overall it's really fun to use. You could change the battery out here once you run out of juice after 60 minutes. I wish it was bicolor, but it does include this tungsten gel that you could clip on like that because the color temp is only 52 to 5400 degrees Kelvin. Next up, we have the Falcon Eyes RX29 TDX here. It is a flexi light. So pretty, look at this, and so much fun to play with. This thing is a great key light for really tight places, but what I mostly use it for is overheads on products, because you could gaff tape this to the ceiling or use a sticky Velcro, because there's Velcro on the back here. Since you could roll this up, you could put this in places that other lights can't go. Possibilities are endless. I also think it's made out of a waterproof material, but don't quote me on that. And I don't feel like testing it. There's many ways you could use this. If you have any great ideas, comment down below. So this is a strip light. It's bicolor between the ranges of 3000 and 5600 Kelvin. When mounted to its frame, it could light a standing person pretty evenly from head to toe. It has 504 LEDs and only uses 100 watts of power. You also have the option to power these with a V-mount battery. The settings are controlled on the ballast with knobs or the touchscreen arrows, or you could control it on this remote. I love lights with remotes because, especially when you film with yourself and you gotta light it, it's easy to change. Everything comes with a case, but I really wish it was better quality, and the packaging, oh, I just hate packaging where every little piece is wrapped in plastic. It's so unnecessary, so if they could change the packaging and provide a better organized case, I'd be a lot happier. It also comes with a soft box, thank God, because this is really powerful, and a grid and a mount. This is the Aperture Tri-8C. This is the one I've been using on my shoots lately when I don't have a lot of time to set up lights. I've used it as a key, fill, and backlight. This bicolor LED has 888 bulbs and has a huge range of 2300 to 6800 Kelvin. It only uses 60 watts of power, so for me, typically, I run it off the included 2 F970 batteries, but you could also use an Anton Bauer or a V-mount. You just change the mount back here. There are several diffusion choices for you to play with. There's also a green filter. The softbox is kind of a little confusing to put on there, but once you get it, it'll work fine. As with all the other aperture lights, you also can control the settings via the remote or the back of the light here. I like the addition of the handles here, so you could have someone hold it. It also works as a stand when you want to put this down. If you want to use a light stand, you can mount it to this 1/4-20 screw here at the bottom. My favorite part is that it all stays organized in this case here. See? I do recommend getting a charger if you're going to use the F970 batteries because they don't include one. Just a tip. If the bicolors aren't enough for you, right here I have an RGB. These ones are made by Quasar Science, and they're so much fun to play with. Let me get it on the rainbow demo. So back to lighting class, this is story time again. When we would want a particular color with our lighting, we would have to cut out pieces of gel from these rolls and stick them on barn doors with these clothespins. I just miss those days of C47s. You guys know what C47s are? If you do, comment down below. Anyways, after we were done lighting scenes all day, I would take the gels and roll them up and keep them. So don't tell my film school, but I actually, here, I'll show you. I kept them all. So here is my bag of gels and diffusion from all the years. It's just insanity. So this is what you would have to deal with to change color and diffuse lights. Yeah, it's a whole madness of things. I got every single color I could possibly get. The point I'm trying to make is, with this light, you don't need all this shit anymore. You could just change the color on its onboard interface. I'll show you. Here's the color preset: red, yellow, orange, magenta, blue, cyan. This also has DMX controls, so if you wanted to synchronize a bunch of these tubes, you can. The future is here, people. You could power it with this AC power or DC battery option. I would really love it if they could make a built-in battery in the future. That'd be nice, who knows? Just like the ice light, this is great as part of the set for dramatic music videos, fashion, or gaming, horror movies. I don't know what your thing is, but you could do a lot. Not only can you get every color, but you could change the saturation, the hue, the intensity. You could also add green to it if you'd like. You could also mix the colors with X-Fade white light between 2000 and 6000 Kelvin if you want to have a little bit more control with your lighting and give it a more pastel-y look. There's also different effects. Right now I have it on rainbow. There's paparazzi. You have several different fire effects and cop lights. Does it look like I have a fireplace? You can control everything on board. There's no app for you to change colors. Sorry, I know you might ask. Change the color temp between 2000 and 6000. There's also CT presets: 2000, 2800, 3200, 4000, 5000, 5600, and 6000. Another lightsaber for you guys. I'm really feeling these light tubes. There's so many different sets that you can light with just these 4 lights. I've had so much fun playing with them on the go and in smaller spaces because of their low profiles. Now that you've done your research, the hardest part is thinking of what to create with them. I'm sure you're gonna be wondering where to find these lights, so I have all the links down below. I would love to know which light suits your particular shooting style. I'm gonna be reading them in the comments down below. Thanks for hanging out with me. You do you, fam, and I'll see you when I see you. Done. I've had so much fun playing them. It's not a game, kitty. RX 29 TDX. I could just stare at these little LEDs all day.
Quasar or quasar?
I don't know. Quasar? Quasar? Quasar. We should drive around and freak people out. Sound like the Roadrunner.